Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 4 of Her Tea Time. Do not worry, we're about to get right into it. We have a video this week. However, we were filming live at East River 9, and it was crazy windy, and for some reason, my camera just does not like me lately. So, luckily, I got a phone video as well, which is not the best quality, but you can still at least watch. And there's one section of the video that I do use from my camera, pull from my camera, but it was so windy, and I'm not really sure what happened, to be honest. We are learning as we go here, but I'm sorry if you have a seizure. Jokes, kind of not, watching that one section of the video because the focus is just in and out. But all that to say, our video, we are getting that worked on and fixed. So thank you guys for just sticking around through all of the bumps in the road as we figure out how to do this thing. But we have an awesome, fun, special guest today. I cannot wait for you guys to hear from her. And she's going to be back on because we just did not have enough time to get into all we wanted to get into. So stay tuned because we're going to hear more from her in the future. And I also have some other crazy exciting guests lined up for you guys coming soon. So I hope you enjoy this episode. It was our first one that we filmed live on scene somewhere. And it was just such a beautiful day and we had a blast. So let's get into it. Her Tea Time, episode 4. Let's go. Welcome to Her Tea Time, the podcast where golf meets girl talk.
Whether you're crushing drives, crying in the bunker, or just here for the vibe and the card drinks, we've got you.
No scorecards.
No judgment.
Just a safe space for hot messes.
And high handicaps.
Welcome to Her Tea Time. Okay, y'all, I've got to put you on this new golf brand I just found recently, Coastal Golf Company. They have affordable, coastal-inspired golf apparel for everyone. And it's woman-owned and operated by female golfers just like us. I feel like a lot of golf brands overcomplicate their women's apparel, but Coastal Golf keeps their designs, fits, and materials simple. If you're looking for something stylish and affordable for your next round, definitely check them out. Being a beach girl myself, I grew up on the coast, and I was so excited to find this company, and I'm even more so excited about all their different pieces. So head over to coastalgolfco.com and shop now using Tea Time at checkout for free shipping. That's coastalgolfco.com with code TEATIME at checkout for free shipping. This episode is brought to you by Velvet Irons, a bold new brand redefining women's golf wear. Velvet Irons isn't just about performance on the course, it's about celebrating confidence, curves, and individuality. Their designs are created to flatter the female form, feel luxurious to wear, and function with real purpose. The vision? To empower women who are ready to challenge the outdated dress codes of golf and bring style, strength, and self-expression to the course. Velvet Irons is currently in the pre-manufacturing stage, which means this is your chance to be part of something from the very beginning. It's a brand built for women who want to look sharp, feel confident, and own their game on and off the fairway. So keep an eye out because the future of golf wear is almost here. Velvet Irons. Look sharp, feel confident, the game is yours. Hello. Welcome to Her Tea Time, episode number 4. You guys, we got a good one today. Today on Her Tea Time, I'm joined by the lovely Mrs. Jayde Panos. My friend and golf teacher, Jayde, is an Australian-born, now also an American citizen, yes, and a former professional golfer, Oklahoma State University alum, golf instructor, entrepreneur, and business owner. After competing across multiple professional tours globally, Jayde transitioned her love of the game into a successful coaching career in Houston, Texas, where she now resides with her wife, Caitlin, who I have met and I adore. She's so nice. And a newish tuxedo cat named Noodle.
Yes.
Her 9 to 5, though, is Monday through Friday, working in Shell Oil and a projects team supporting the supply chain. But her passion, which I have seen firsthand, runs strong for golf, with founding her first golf product under Laser Trace Golf, where it's a windy day out here. Laser Trace Golf. And in addition, she runs her own coaching business under Golf Clinics Houston, which I participated in many clinics with that, and I loved it. But she helps players of all levels improve their game through innovative coaching and real-world experience. Jayde uses her platform to make golf more approachable, inclusive, and fun. Yes, she does, especially for women stepping onto the course for the first time, me included. She brings a fun energy, authenticity, and genuine love for the game and for the sport that is just contagious, and I agree with that. So we are so excited to chat with my friend today about her journey from tour life to now teaching and marriage and pets and all the things, and just what keeps her passionate about the game. So Jayde, thank you for coming on here with me.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And
Brooke.
I'm just so excited to be here. But so before we get in, my big question to you, I've always wanted to know, when did sweet little Jayde first pick up a club? Like, what did this look like? Like, how, why, who, where, everything?
Yeah. So for me, I have a brother who has special needs, and my dad taught him to play golf from a really young age. And I remember going to the range with my dad, and I would kind of sit on his lap, and I would watch my brother hit. And one day I was like, I want to do that. And so he gave me this like wooden golf club, and I was like, okay, this is what I wanted to do, and you know, I enjoyed doing it. So I went to the range and, you know, just like hit golf balls with my dad. It was just fun, and never thought about playing golf professionally or doing anything like that, but just enjoying the game as a kid.
And how old were you again?
Probably 10 years old.
10 years old.
Somewhere around there, I would say.
My niece just turned 10, and she is actually about to start getting started in golf. So
oh, that's awesome.
I love that even more. So that's so awesome. So I love how your dad was like, I'm going to take your brother, and then he started something that is still going today.
Yes, it is.
So cool.
Still going strong.
So I also want to talk about this. I didn't know, but in preparation for this show, I found out that you were a little record holder, Missy. And I'm like so impressed here. So your first record you ever got, you were 16 years old. You said it was a -8?
Yeah, I think it was 8 under 66 at Mount Lawley.
Okay. Lawley.
It's a...
I said it so country before.
Lawley. Yeah,
Lawley.
well, my Australian accent still runs real strong.
Yes.
And I remember I was playing a junior tournament when I was, I think I was 16, and I just had a really good day. I was making a lot of putts, and I remember calling my dad after the round, and I was like, hey, I shot 66, and he was like, did you really? I was like,
oh, wow.
Yes, I did. Yes. And that record still stands as the associate's record at Mount Lawley now.
I love that. They need like a little plaque or something for you there.
I know. I need to find one. I think my dad took a picture of something recently, and I'll get him to send me the photo. And
was it like of you though?
Yeah, it wasn't of me. It wasn't the young 16-year-old, but I think it's the picture of the scorecard. So
nice.
I can at least send you that.
Okay, yeah, send me that. We'll have to add some pictures to underneath here under our show. So let's see, your second record, you were 18 years old, and so you were in college at the time, right? Mm-hmm. And let's see, you shot a -6. My paper
is -8, yeah.
-8, yes, excuse me, -8, 64 at the Patriot Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes.
So that was in college, and tell us about that and just your college experience.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So in 2011, in January, I started at Oklahoma State, and it was August time frame, so the fall had just started, and I remember like getting in the team car that day, and Alan Bratton was my coach at the time, and he was just like, you know, if anybody goes low today, keep going. And I was like, I had that mindset, and I remember crossing the first 9 I shot 32, and I was like, I could do that on the back. Like, it was easy, right? I was like, 32, 64, I got this, right?
But you did.
And I ended up shooting 4 under on the back, and I remember coming in, and I signed my scorecard like I had shot even par, and I was like, it was like the easiest round of golf I've ever played, but I was getting fired up on the golf course. I was making putts left and right, chipping the ball in. I mean, everything was just working. No bogeys. It was probably the easiest round of golf I've ever played. So
and you had no idea that you were going to break a record too.
No, I didn't, and it was the course record, and then at the time it was the school record, and I was like, wow, this is great.
So course and school record. Yep. Oh my goodness. So, dude, that is so sick. That's awesome. That's
unfortunately somebody broke it now, but that's all right. Well, they deserve it.
Little mean lady. I won't say too many bad words.
63. No, 63 holds it now. So, but I held for like 12 years. So it's better than
no
nothing.
big deal. Yeah, that's so awesome, man. I was about to ask you one more thing with that. What was I gonna, okay, we'll just keep going. But I love what you said about that. Like, you just thought, like, I just need to do this and this, and just small steps. Just keep going, hold a hole, and
I was just like, if I could do it on the front, I could do it on the back. And the day before that, I had made 8 birdies, which was enough to shoot 64. But I had I think maybe 4 bogeys, and I was like, if I do the same thing tomorrow, but I have no birdies, I'm good. Yeah. Like, I was like, that makes sense.
It's just little math. Like,
it was some girl math.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, it worked.
Girl math. I could if I have 8 birdies, I can shoot 64. Okay.
Done. Love it. I love it so much. So let's see. And you've shot a 64 3 times.
I have. Yeah.
Dude.
I know.
Ball ya. Like, you know how my son says that? I think I've said that before in here, but my 4-year-old loves to say baller, but he says ball ya.
Ball ya. Yeah, exactly.
So let's see. So when did you realize that golf could potentially be like an actual career for you?
Yeah, so I came over to the United States in 2010 to play in the World Junior. I was representing Australia with another player, and in January I started at Oklahoma State, and I think like a year after I was at school here, I was like, okay, like I've got a chance. You know, I was pretty good.
After you beat the record.
Yeah,
You
after I
got that
beat the
behind your
record,
belt.
but really then too, I wasn't like, my head wasn't so big like I was the best. I
Yeah.
wasn't, right? I was definitely not the top player in the US at the time, but I was like, I was competing enough that I could at least still kind of kick it with some of these girls,
Yeah.
maybe have a top 10, maybe have a top
Yeah.
20, even 50, whatever it was. I was still doing decent enough. And I think after a year, I was like, okay, maybe I would play professionally. And then I started seeing my coach, Kevin Kirk, in 2012 when the Australian national team kind of picked me up and supported me a little bit more financially. And then after that, I was like, okay, I've got a chance now. So,
okay, that's awesome.
So,
That's
yeah.
so cool, man. So let's see. So for all of our listeners, I say all of our listeners. I hope there's some of y'all still out there.
there's lots of listeners.
I hope so. So okay, so kind of walk us through, like someone like me, I know nothing. Like walk us through, what is it like to become a pro? Like what do you have to do? Like how do you get in the club? Give me the deets. Like I'm never
Yeah.
gonna get in, but I just would like to know in case. You
Hey,
know.
look, you're in the club, okay? You got golf clubs, you got golf clothes, you're good. So no, you have to go to tour school, which is I'm not sure why they call it the school part, but it's called tour school. It's 3 stages, and basically after every stage they cut a certain amount of players. So for me, my very first year, they cut the top 100 players from the first stage, and then you went to the second stage, and the top 80 players out of 250 people then went on to the next stage, and then they cut the top 45 to get their LPGA card.
Okay.
So
So when you say stage, what is like
golf
what's in a
tournaments.
stage? Okay, so it's a
Yeah,
tournament.
It's a tournament. Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
gotcha,
tournament.
gotcha.
Yeah. So you have 3 different tournaments. One is played in Palm Springs. The other one is played in somewhere in Florida, Sarasota, Florida, and then the other one's played in Daytona, Florida. And they're 3 different locations of courses. And then through that, they figure out who are the best players to be able to get their tour card to be able to play on the tour the next year. And
Gotcha.
just because you didn't get your full status doesn't mean you don't get any status at all. So my first year, I missed by 1. I still got full status on the Symetra Tour, which is the Epson Tour now.
Okay.
And I still got to play full time. I played there for 3 years, but I didn't get to
nice.
play full time on the LPGA because my status at the event wasn't high enough.
Okay, I see. And so for these stages, how long do those take? Like, does this take a whole year, or do they have
Yeah.
them back to back to back? Like, what's that look like?
Yeah, so you start in August, and then the next tournament is October, and the next one is typically December. But now I think they've moved it up to where you do kind of August, October, like it's in the same month.
Okay, so it's pretty
I'm not-
quick.
Yeah, I think it's pretty quick now, or maybe it's November, but it's pretty
Okay.
close by. But still, it feels like forever. When you
Okay,
start
yeah, I
in August,
bet.
you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta wait till October
Okay.
now.
See, I wasn't sure if it was like a whole year. Or,
No,
yeah,
no.
Okay,
But
wow.
you can get your status on the tour for how well you played throughout the year. But if you're strictly going to Q school and you want to get your tour card through Q school, that's the only way to do it. So.
Okay. Cool. That's interesting for sure.
So, yeah.
So let's see. So how has the game changed for women since you started playing? Like, what are the biggest changes that you've seen?
I think the purses have changed the most, right? You know, I think I remember having a conversation with Kari Webb, who's a LPGA Hall of Famer, and she's
And
been
just in case anyone doesn't know, a purse is your winnings, basically.
your purse, yeah, it's your winning, what you're winning. So your purse for the tournament. When I played on the Symetra Tour, you know, say our biggest purse was maybe 250 to 300,000, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Maybe some of them were 150. There weren't as much, but the purse is how you get paid.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're not winning every week, you're probably not making a lot of money because it costs so much to be a professional.
Yes.
And
a lot of people don't know that either. I feel
exactly.
Like, yeah.
And I remember having this conversation, like I said, with Kari Webb, and she said, you know, in 10 years from now, the purses are going to be worth so much more. And they really are. You think like
Yeah.
from 2015 to 2025, purses have gone up so much.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that's the biggest thing that people don't realize about women's sports is that the purses are just so much less.
Yeah, but that's good. They're slowly coming up.
They are.
For sure.
Yeah, they
Yes,
absolutely
as
are.
they should be. I think so, for sure. Okay. So let's see. So, what's one thing that you wish more people understood about the life of a pro golfer?
That one's easy for me. I think people don't realize how lonely it is. You eat dinner a lot by yourself. Like, you might have some friends on tour, and you have your caddy, but after you've just spent the whole day on the golf course with them, you don't want to go to dinner with them, right? You're like, I need some space. You're real sweet, but I need some space.
I get that.
So for me, I think just being lonely. I was very lonely on the road. I spent a lot of time by myself, and I think that's the hardest thing. Is like, you don't always have your family there to support you that you would if you were just playing at home, right? So I think the loneliness was the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, that's so interesting to hear too, because everyone just thinks it's so glamorized, and it's like you're pro, you made it, and it's like no,
it's not as glamorous as it might look.
Well, I totally get that. Okay, that's awesome. Not awesome, but
you understand.
I understand. You got me. So let's see. So what does a typical tournament week usually look like behind the scenes? Like, I just got to go to my big first one not long ago, and I just showed up and watched these girls do the thing, but I can't even imagine what all goes into this. Like, what does that look like? Walk me through.
Yeah, so for me, on Mondays, I would travel, so I would find whatever flight or car or whatever I needed to be in. Tuesdays, I would play practice rounds. Okay. Wednesdays, typically the sponsor event, so you normally play with sponsors on that day, and then Thursday through Sunday's the tournament. Okay. And you play Thursday, Friday, 18 holes each. And then if you make the cut, you play the weekend. Okay. If you don't make the cut, then you get 2 days off. But nobody wants 2 days off on the weekend, because that means you're not making any money.
Okay, that sounds good. No, but wait.
You're like, wait, I get the weekend off? No, it means you're not getting paid. So you don't really want the weekend off.
No purse for you.
Yeah, no money for you. And then Monday you travel again, and then you practice around on Tuesday, and then you do sponsor stuff Wednesday, and then you do the same thing over and over again. So if you play like 7 weeks in a row, it's a lot of golf.
Yeah.
It's a lot of golf.
Okay, that's so interesting. Man, are you ever just like sore after one? I feel like I'm just such a grandma. I get sore after one day, and I'm
absolutely.
I couldn't imagine back to back.
Yeah, I mean, just like a lot of recovery, working out, making sure your body's in good shape. You do a lot of walking out there. So not for me anymore. I'm a cart golfer.
Yeah.
So give me a golf cart.
Most days I am too. I'm with you on that. So let's talk sponsorships in women's golf. So sponsorships, media, or fan interactions. How did any of these help shape your experience as a female pro?
Yeah, so one of my best, I'll go fan interactions first. I was playing in Japan, and this was my first year as a pro. And I can't remember the name of the tournament, maybe the Suntory Open, I think is what it was called. And I remember being on the range at 7 o'clock in the morning. There was probably 1,000 people watching me. Wow. And I was like, they don't know who I am. I'm just like this little Jayde Panos from Australia. I'm like, I thought it was awesome. People were asking for my autographs. They were so interested to talk to you. I did not speak a lick of of Japanese. Sorry, I don't speak any Spanish either. But yeah, it was that fan experience for me being over in Japan was amazing. I think the US fans are still great too, but you don't get as big of fans to like the Symetra Tour events or the Epson Tour events. But my fan experience in Japan was exceptional.
So they were just over the moon about you. Oh, I love that.
And then sponsorships, I feel like it's very much evolved. I was very lucky to have 3 big major sponsors when I played. Nice. I'm very grateful for them. But I think like they sponsored me out of their heart and really out of the support of me being a professional golfer as a female. And, it's just not easy. And so I was very lucky to have people that really had some heart in it for me to be able to give me that opportunity. And it's something that I'm so appreciative now. I still have relationships with them. Nice. My career wouldn't have been what it was without, my dad introducing me to these folks and being able to have a relationship. Yeah. So if you're watching, thank you so much, because I'm so grateful for my career and the opportunity that you gave me.
Yes, and I'm thankful too, because of y'all, I have her now too. So
one big family.
Thank you, everybody, for sure. That is so cool. Man, your dad's just like the MVP here. He's just helping you with everything.
Yeah, both my parents are. My mom and dad, they're both my MVPs. So.
I love that. So let's see. I want to ask you something else too. So what's something that you wish more women knew before they picked up a club for the first time ever? Which we see that a lot out here. I feel like at East River, this is a big learner course, but
I feel like what I wish more women knew is that, golf is really is accessible at most courses. Most places you can rent golf clubs, you can get golf balls from a golf ball machine, and you can show up to especially a place like this in leggings, t-shirt, and your slippers.
Yeah.
You know, and like most golf courses aren't like that, but I think golf is more accessible out here. And if you start in a place like this, it makes it not so scary to have to like wear the right length shorts or the collared shirt or the socks or what, you know, have golf shoes and your hair tie, whatever the rules are of that golf course. So I think being able to come out to a place like this, it's not so intimidating, and I think that makes it more accessible for women.
Yeah, so I agree too. So yeah, definitely just do your research on the courses in your area, see who is public, see who's private. I mean, because I know there's some that still require you to wear like a collar on the range or whatever, but hopefully there's somewhere near you that's laid back like this place we're at here today for sure, because that does help. Absolutely. So let's see, what is something that we can do like as a community to make golf more welcoming for women?
Yeah, I think Nicole does a great job of all these group events. I think the community is the big part of like making golf more welcoming, right? And I think like you look at these other groups, Latina Links Golf Club, Houston Girls Golf Social Club, Girlies on the Green. There's a lot of different ones, so forgive me if I've not touched on you, but I think like the community aspect is what makes it more accessible, and I think like being able to grab a mimosa, come to the range in your leggings, t-shirt, and a pair of flip-flops, you're like, I can golf. Right? Like you just have to show up, and somebody will help you.
Show up.
Exactly. And at Golf Clinics Houston, which is what I run, I tell all the girls, I'm like, you can come with literally nothing. Just buy a bucket of balls. Buy as many balls as you want to hit, and you can learn how to play golf. And golf clubs are always free. I am very easygoing. If you don't even know which way to hold the club, which way to face, I'm like, it's okay, I got you.
That was me.
And I want it to be accessible because I think it should be. And I think golf is like so technical, intimidating. I'm like, let's have some fun. Let's do GPS together,
Absolutely. So, GPS, the ABC of golf, which I learned from Jayde. Grip, posture, stance.
And you said it in an Australian accent very well. Grip, posture, stance.
I always hear you in my head whenever I'm getting ready to tee up there.
I love it.
Let's see. How do you deal with comparison, especially in a male-dominated sport?
Great question. I think comparison is the thief of joy, which I think a lot of people would agree with me. But I think in a male-dominated sport, you have to recognize that no matter what you're doing, whatever you compare yourself to, if it's your personal life, your work life, your golf life, you're always going to feel depleted because there's always somebody that's going to be better than you, right? No matter what you do. I think like if you look at Simone Biles, one of the best female Olympians, like at some point somebody will be better than her, right? And she is one of the greatest gymnastic athletes of all time. You think like there's a certain window that, okay, I'm really good, but now I'm not as good as I used to be, and that's okay. And just kind of accepting where I am and not comparing myself all the time. I think that is what keeps it enjoyable and fun for me. Like when I go out and play and I shoot X amount over and you shoot whatever you shoot, that was what was good for you and that's what's good for me, and that's okay. Right? But
absolutely.
if we're comparing ourselves to each other, it's like, well, okay, you didn't shoot. Yeah, you didn't shoot what you wanted to because that's not what Jayde shot. And you don't want to play like that. You want to enjoy it and figure out what's your own kind of barrier to compare yourself to. And you're comparing yourself to yourself, which is probably the best way to be.
Yes, that's what I try to do for sure. Like compare my swings to the best ones that I've done before. And if I'm still doing that, then great. Like
exactly.
Yeah, so
I love that.
Keep it your mind in your own lane.
Absolutely.
For sure. So let's see. What's one piece of advice you'd give a beginner who's nervous to play with other people?
A beginner that's nervous to play with other people. I think for me, I would tell you to just focus on yourself as much as you can, and use double par as a good reminder of how many strokes you should have on the hole. So on the scorecard, it'll say par 4, right?
Yes.
Once you've got to 8 strokes, just pick up the ball and say, okay, I'm ready for the next hole, right? You don't really want to be holding other people up, even if you're learning. But I think that's a good little barrier to be like, okay, I've had double par. Now I'm
Yeah.
going to go try it again on the next hole. And you'll get to a point where you won't be double par all the time.
Yeah.
You're not there anymore.
Yeah. Not too far, but
And then I think, because, that makes it less frustrating and nerve-wracking, too, as you're like, okay, double par. I'm going to go the next one.
I've never heard that tip before. That's a really good tip. I'm going to start doing that, too.
So if you get nervous, double par, let's go next hole.
Yeah, okay. I love that. Let's see. If you could put together a threesome, if you
A dream
could,
foursome?
a dreamsome, same thing, foursome. But if you could handpick a foursome to play golf with, living or dead, anyone, who would it be? And they don't even have to play golf that well. What if, let's just say, for one day they could play really good?
Okay.
I don't know. Change it up a little bit.
This is a tough answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to play golf with Tom Watson.
Okay.
I think that would be enjoyable.
Yeah.
Dream foursome. I feel like, who else do I want to? I feel like I want to play golf with Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, that would be
fun. And then, who would be my other fourth person? Oh, God, this is such a good question, Brooke.
I know. I'm like, is it? I know. I know it is.
Is it Brooke?
Best question you've ever had. Okay, thank you.
It's Brooke Flanagan. No. Okay, probably Gary Player.
Okay.
Right. I feel
Nice. Little
like
dream
those
team there.
three male golfers are like very influential.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be pretty cool to just like ask them about their career and what they've done. I think I probably could pick three females as well as my other dream foursome, but if I'm going to go with three males, it would be them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Not all
like
living
that.
anymore, but
Yeah.
still, it would be nice to play with them.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. I would like that. So let's see. If your golf career had a theme song, like a walkout song, what would it be?
Easy peasy.
Okay.
It's going to be Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Okay. Hey, I love that. I'm all about that.
Yeah, I feel like
For
if
show.
I feel like, in baseball you get like a walkout song. I'm like, I want one on the first tee.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, girls just want to have fun. That would be, I would feel hyped up,
Oh, yeah. That would be a good one, too.
So, yeah.
And it's a good reminder. Like, we're having fun.
Yeah, you just got to enjoy yourself,
Absolutely. I love that. So let's see. Why do you think so many women are getting into golf lately? Do we just like not give a hell anymore? Like we just don't give a fuck, do we? We just don't give an F. I'll edit that out. We just don't care.
I think the shout out here needs to go to Haley Brookhold.
Oh yes, I love her and her cute
make
dogs.
sure you tag her
Girl,
in whatever like minutes of segment this is, because Golf Clinics Houston kind of started because of Haley Brookhold to some degree. I don't know if you know that,
No, I
but
didn't.
a few years ago, back in 2022, I think it was, or 2023, I can't remember when it was, 2022 maybe, she kind of put out this group thing on her social media, like we should all have groups around the nation where girls can meet and play golf together. And I saw that and I was like, somebody started this thing in Texas and it was like, who does group lessons? And I was like, I do group lessons.
Of course you
this
do.
This is great. And I had never had like a social media for my business. I wasn't really like, I just like, it was just whatever. It's just kind of like, I enjoy teaching golf. This is what I want to do. And I started Golf Clinics Houston. And I think Haley has been so influential in the women's world to get women to feel like they can do it.
I agree.
I think people like Tisha Allen has done a great job of influencing other women to get into golf. I know Paige Spiranak has, she has also done a good job with that. I think they've all taken a little bit of different avenue, and however you promote yourself is your choice. But I think there's a lot of women out there that have just like leverage their ability to bring more women into golf, and I think social media has been the grounding point of that.
I agree.
And I'm sure I've missed some folks on social media that I haven't mentioned, but there's just Charlie Hall, she's so authentic, she's herself, and people love her.
I freaking love her. She's a badass. I know some people don't like her either, but honey, I love her.
But you formed your opinion, and that's another person now you're like, I love Charlie Hall. When Charlie Hall's at the tournament in Houston, I want to go watch.
Yes, absolutely. And I did, and I loved it, and I freaked out because I could not believe she was right there.
I'm surprised you didn't go and get a signature.
Oh, I was too. Well, she was playing, and I.
Okay, yeah.
I tried to wait for her, but I didn't want. I'm not gonna ask her right there. Yeah, when she's like about to tee off.
Can I be a kid
Charlie,
again?
wait.
It's me.
It's it's me, your biggest new fan. That's awesome. So what's your go-to post-round drink or snack?
Ooh, okay, so I recently ran a girls' trip for Golf Clinics Houston.
Oh, yes, you did. My friend Emma went. Shout out Emma.
Emma, what's
I love
up?
her. She had a blast, by the way. She loved it.
We took 16 girls to San Antonio. We had so much fun.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes I look at the photo of us on the first tee. I'm like, how did I do this? How did I pull this off?
Yeah.
Right? Like, organizing 16 people is a lot of work.
Yes, it's a lot of work.
Like, so much more work than actually I thought. But like, I love doing it from my heart. That it doesn't, it's not really work.
Yeah.
Right? The hardest thing was trying to figure out how to get everybody in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
Kids. Yeah, people have kids and timing and stuff. And one of my friends, Marissa, bought me a michelada on the golf course, and I'm slightly obsessed with micheladas now.
Oh,
and then my
nice.
post-round drink is a Kona Big Wave. I'm
Ooh,
addicted
nice.
to. Well, I'm not addicted, but I do like a Kona Big Wave. Beer is like. It's
sweet.
terrible for me, but I do like it.
I know. I used to be a beer girl. Not really, but I'm just not into it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so I really enjoy it.
I'm a little too bougie these days. I'm like, Prosecco, bubbly, anything. Like.
Put a little orange juice in it.
I know.
Only
I need to chill
one
out.
splash.
Yeah. If it ain't clear, I don't want it, okay? If I can't see through my mimosa, take it back. I'm just kidding.
It's
But not really.
it's got too much orange juice in it.
Oh, I'm a hot mess, Jade. It's okay. So let's see. This is probably my favorite question, or my most exciting question I want to ask you.
Okay.
Kind of like you just said, you couldn't believe you did that. Like, that's so funny for me to hear, first of all, because I'm like, you have done so much in the golf world, especially here in Houston. Like, I feel like you're kind of a big staple for women wanting to get into golf. And I went to so many of her clinics, and I learned so much. And, yeah, you honestly just changed my life in a way, because I was terrified to play, and I kept just come to your clinics, come to the clinics, and I would never get out there and play. But you honestly gave me the confidence after coming a couple times to where you couldn't tell me nothing. And like, I guess y'all see me here, I'm confident enough to be doing all of this. But a couple months ago, I was not. I was a little chunky, little scared little girl. Like,
Hey.
but Jade brought that out of me. And so I just want to say I'm proud of you, but I'm proud of you for everything you've done, and I'm thankful for you. But to get to the question, what is one thing, or a couple things, you can brag on yourself as much as you want, but what's one thing that you're most proud of looking back over your golf career?
Oh, that is a great question. What is one thing I'm most proud of? Okay, I'm going to say, like, what I'm most proud of, at least as a teaching professional, I'll segment them, is like creating a community where women feel welcome, and it's a very inclusive environment, which like, if I could have drawn up the culture and said, this is how I want my business to be, I would draw it up the way it is now.
Oh, nice.
And I'm very grateful for that, because like, you go on to Golf Clinics Houston, we have probably nearly 1,000 followers or 800 followers or something, and I like my follow amount of women is like 92%, and so we are just like a really female powered community, and so I'm really proud of that community, and like really like, okay, yes, did I give girls the platform to be able to do it, but like really they built it, they really helped me build this community, and these girls are really like, they're very much coming to these classes, they're enjoying themselves, but they've got a bestie next to them, or they brought their sister one. And like you met Nicole, and I have another group of girlfriends, Molly, Anna, and Nicole. They always go out and play golf together. And
I know Nicole, she's awesome.
Yeah, so like you got these folks that are now great friends because of golf, and so I'm proud of that community. And I would say in my professional career, I'm just proud of being able to go out as a pro and be able to compete for money. Really at the highest level. I had the opportunity to play LPGA, European Tour. I played in Japan, played in New Zealand, I played in Australia, and I played in the US. And like for me, I'm like, if you could have told me that 20 years ago, I'd be like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I did that. And I'm so proud to be able to have the opportunity to do that. And it's really such a privilege. And I know not everybody gets a chance. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So one more question really quick, and I'll let you go, because she's a busy woman. So I know we kind of talked before the show about courses in Australia, how the grass is a little different, the sand's a little fluffier, you said.
Yeah.
So what are courses like at the places you've played, and what's your favorite one that you've played at?
Okay.
And why?
So yeah, the grass is different on the greens. We have over here a lot of grain in the green, so it actually pushes the ball a certain way depending which way the grain is going.
Okay.
And we can get into that another time.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a golf clinic on that. But
that would be awesome.
So for me, I feel like grain is very different on the greens here, and the grass is very different. In Australia, we don't have a lot of grain on the greens, so I didn't have to worry about that. I would say the biggest thing that's different for me playing from here to the US is, or from the Australia to the US, is there's so much more wind in Western Australia.
Yeah.
It's really, really windy.
So it's even that much harder for you. So even more of a badass.
No. I mean, going from Perth, Australia to Oklahoma, it was very windy in Oklahoma, so I was very prepared to play in the wind and kind of just immerse myself, like, how do I shape my golf ball in the wind? And I think that is the biggest difference, for me to be able to travel from playing in Australia to playing in the US. So just the kind of the climate differences, and it's really, really humid here. If you've ever lived in Houston, the summers get really, really hot.
Ooh,
so
get a little wet out there, sweaty.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the 19th hole together really quick here with Jade, and I guess I'll kind of go first. So I got to play in the Rod Ryan Show golf tournament, which Rod Ryan's like a big radio show guy, cool guy, and I was so ready for this tournament. I was ready to go, and I get there, and at the first tee box, they have us hitting off of a toilet, Jade. And
God.
That just messed my head up the whole day. Like, I could never recover from the shitter.
I'm sure it did.
And so, like, what are your thoughts on these, like, funny charity tournaments and things? And, like, I don't know, it just got me thinking, if I could make, like, what kind of wacky shot would I want to make? Like, what would you do? What would you make? What kind of crazy tee off would you do?
I would want to do something where, like, you have these, like, really bouncy floors that, like, even if you topped it, it just kept bouncing all the way to the green.
The floor, the ball would
the
go off
ball.
on.
Like, all you had to do was start it, and it just kept rolling, and it would make itself all the way up to the green. But, like, maybe if you landed it in a certain square or something, it would bounce perfectly to the green or something.
Okay,
so, like, it does pay
fun.
to hit it higher.
Okay. Nice. So I was laying in bed the other night actually thinking about this question, trying to fall asleep, and I'm like, what would I make? And I kind of got a little wacky. I see these videos of, like, these dads that make, like, the homemade roller coasters and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'd want to do, like, a crazy little small wooden coaster on your way down. You'd have to hit it or something,
that's
like,
awesome.
on your way up. But yeah, that's
like
what
you
I
would have
say.
to hit it on the downswing and try and catch the ball on the upswing
or something like that. Just
That
a
would
fun
be
little
cool.
ride. I know.
Or maybe like some like hoops that you had to hit through. I don't know if you ever watched The Big Break, but they used to have those like break the glass
I don't know
episodes.
if I've seen that.
One of my friends, Shannon Fish, did The Big Break, and I remember like they had to do all these different contests and things. And I feel like that would be pretty cool if you could have that on a golf hole, like a break the glass golf hole. So
that would be cool.
That would be really cool.
I know these tournaments though, like you don't expect all this stuff, and then they have you shooting like potato guns and like, have you seen that?
I have.
It is just so crazy.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
what do you
like,
think about all that? Do you think that's like unnecessary, or does it make it fun for people that don't?
I feel like most people that play charity tournaments are probably not very good golfers, and so they're just there to have a good time. They want to drink. That's not true. You're a good golfer.
Oh, some days. Not at that tournament. The toilet just did it for me. Did me in.
No. I think you're a good golfer, and I think that charity tournaments you're just meant to have fun, right?
Yeah,
you're there
that's
for a good
true.
cause,
That's
and
true.
you're trying to figure out ways to donate money to these organizations that are, and a lot of work goes into these massive events.
Yeah.
So I think if you go to those tournaments, just try and have some fun, shoot the potato as far as you can, or
Right.
whatever it is. Maybe you never know, you might win a gift card.
I know,
maybe
right?
A Starbucks gift card.
Yep. Maybe we're gonna go eat at Roadhouse or something. I don't whatever they give away.
We're gonna have to.
Clearly, I didn't win anything, so I don't know. Maybe
We're
we'll
not
find
sending
out one
you
day.
to Texas Roadhouse. Maybe we'll send you somewhere nicer.
Yeah, that'd be a little better.
Okay.
For sure. Well,
Yeah.
Jade, I cannot thank you enough for coming on here, and whether you want to or not, hopefully you do, but I would love to have you back sometime.
Yes.
And because I'm not done with this conversation. But, and also, if you are in Houston and you want to get into golf, this is your woman. This is where you should start. This is where I started. I cannot recommend Golf Clinics Houston enough. Just like she said, it's the most welcoming community, and she's the best teacher, and she's fun, and she's so kind, and she just makes you feel like a badass whenever you leave, and we all need someone like that. So
You have to follow
Thank
us
you,
on the
Jade.
gram. So.
Yes, follow you on the gram. It's at Golf Clinics Houston, right?
Exactly, yep.
And your laser.
Laser Trace at Laser Trace Golf.
Yes, and we were going to tag all these below as well in the notes. But thank you so much, Jade.
Yes, thank you. That was awesome.